gorgeous winter day it is. I'm having another cup of coffee before finishing advanced preparations for the dinner. Okay, Google, cancel timer. All right, the sous vide has been going for 16 hours now, so it's time to take out the confit. And what I'm going to do is put it in an ice bath. And after that, we're going to go ahead and refrigerate it. And you can see that with these ping pong balls, we lost very little water to evaporation. And I've tried this before without the ping pong balls, and you have to get up in the middle of the night to replenish the water. And I also weighted it, so this white item here is a weight. And we're just going to leave it in there for a little while, let it cool down. So what I'm going to do now is put the duck legs into this container with the fat, and we're going to keep it there overnight. It's Friday, so the dinner is tomorrow. And I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil just to fill it up. The pear vanilla sorbet mixture has been in the refrigerator since last night, and it's thickened nicely. So the next step is going to be to use an immersion mixer and just mix it for about 30 seconds. I just got this ice cream slash yogurt slash sorbet mixer, and I haven't used it yet, so this will be a first time for me. So we'll be putting the mixture into that, putting the mixing paddle in that, putting the top over, turn it on, and letting it go for about 15 or 20 minutes till it's nice and smooth. And then it'll go back into the freezer. The mixture, I should say, will go back into the freezer until dinner tomorrow. This is a 1.5 quart unit, which looks like it's just going to be about right. Paddle goes in there. Top goes on top. The mix has now been going, probably about 12 minutes, and you can see it's getting pretty thick and having a little bit of trouble getting over the paddle. So I think we're about done. Yeah, that's really thick now. I've chilled this container in the freezer. And that looks good. So we'll leave it in there until the dinner party tomorrow. And there you have it. Pear vanilla sorbet. And I'm about to start making the dough for tomorrow's dinner. I'm making a bread, it's called pain à l'ancienne, or old-fashioned bread. This is probably my favorite bread in the whole world, and it's from a book by a man named Peter Reinhardt, and it's called The Bread Baker's Apprentice, an excellent book. This is a fairly simple bread to make. One of the secrets of the bread is that it uses cold water. It's a wonderful bread. There are only 4 ingredients in it. 6 cups of flour, 2.5 to 3 cups of water, depending on how sticky, how dry the bread and the dough is. Has yeast, 1 3/4 teaspoons, and 2 1/4 teaspoons of salt. And what you do with that is you mix them all together. I prefer to mix it by hand. And you do that for about 2 minutes. And after it's mixed, then you go ahead and put it in your mixer, or you can knead it by hand. It's a relatively sticky dough. If you're going to use your mixer, I usually go about 7 or 8 minutes. All right, you can take a look, see how the dough looks right now, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the mixer now. turn on to medium. All right, the dough is just about done. I've added a couple doses of water, a few drops here and there. It was getting a little bit dry. You do want it to clear the sides, but stick a little bit on the bottom. And I think that'll do it. I've oiled this bowl lightly. If you don't, it gets very sticky and it'll be hard to get out in the morning. So go ahead and scrape the dough in. And you can see it's kind of sticky, and that's exactly how it should be. Spray a little bit of oil on top. And into the fridge it goes. And that concludes all the preparations, advanced preparations. The cooking begins tomorrow morning, and we'll see how it goes. Mise en place. The idea is to stage everything before you start cooking to make the work flow smoothly and without interruption. It's 9:45 on Saturdays. The first thing on my list is to take the bread out of the refrigerator, the dough I should say. And you can see it's risen nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let it rest at room temperature to ferment for about 3 hours. My next task is to chop the parsley. And we're going to be saving the stems for later. Next, I'll be cutting the onions. Now I'm going to turn to the confit, which I made over the last couple of days. Now for this one, we'll be scraping the fat off and shredding it. Shredded duck confit. The next task is to chop up tomatoes. And we're going to need 4 cups of these. They're going to go in with the confit and the garlic cloves. I've got 8 garlic cloves here also. Chopped tomatoes and garlic. All right, I'm going to take the tomatoes now with the garlic that I chopped just a little while ago, and we're going to add 2 cups of the duck stock made previously, along with the confit and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And this is going to be added to the lamb later on. And there it is, the combined duck stock, confit, chopped tomatoes, garlic, and cayenne pepper. Perhaps it's my background with the military or as a trial advocate, or maybe because it puts me in the right frame of mind. But I like to envision cooking a big meal as a battle royale, hopefully a bloodless one. Detailed plans have been drawn up, my tools and ingredients are laid out and ready to go, and it's time to engage. The bread has been in for about 3 hours, and it's time to get it out. See, it's sticking a little bit. That's all right, though. It's not too awful bad. All right, that's the dough after it's fermented for 3 hours. And what we're going to do is scrape it out of there. And I'm going to cover it up and we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes. The bread has been in now about 7 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's starting to look good. It's starting to rise and just starting to brown a little bit. The bread's been in about 22 minutes. I could leave it in until about 24, but it looks like it's about ready. So we're gonna check the temperature. And we want it at about 205. That's about 208, so we're good to go. I didn't have a chance to show you yet how the crust and the bread looks up close. You can see the nice big holes in it. That is so good.